My name is Michael Long. I'm 25 years old and I live in Palm Coast, Florida. I'm currently enrolled in Full Sail University and I'm pursuing my sports marketing and media bachelor's degree. The reason I'm pursuing this degree is because I love sports. I love speaking about sports, and that goes one in one with speaking publicly because there will be, I'm sure, opportunities where I may have to speak publicly. Maybe whether it's in front of a few people and some cameras, or maybe a conference room full of 50 people, 60 people. Either way, I've come to grips speaking publicly, and I feel pretty confident about it. Um, Usually, with me is I always have to maintain that back of my head to speak as clearly as possible so everyone can understand me. In the past, I've always tried to memorize the subject, what I'm speaking about, if I'm not too familiar with it, because I feel if I have it memorized or the more I know about this subject, the easier I will be able to speak about it, the less nervous I will be about it, and it just comes more natural in that way. And I feel the more natural I feel, the more confident I feel, and the less pressure, less nervousness, and all that. But I believe when I first started off, I was a little nervous, thinking like speaking out in class. But the more they would ask me to speak out in class, and the more I viewed other students speak out in class, the more comfortable I got with it. Um, the probably the biggest group of people I've ever spoke in front of was probably at Pet Rally at my senior year in high school. It was for our basketball team. A few players, including me, were selected to speak in front of in the gym in front of about 150 students. Even though I was familiar with all these students and I knew a lot of them and all that, it was still a lot of people, the most people I've ever spoken in front of. But since what I was speaking was about us and our basketball team and our accomplishments, it was very easy to do so because I knew what we were talking about and I was comfortable with the people I was speaking with, about the subject matter. So I believe, that helped a lot. And I just tried to find any subject that I'm gonna speak, especially if I'm speaking in front of a lot of people. I like to find some type of familiarity with that subject. That's why I usually memorize things because then it's memorized. It's a part of me, kind of. I could always speak on 20 years from now. I could speak on this, just in a normal conversation because I've memorized it in the past. So that's just something that makes me speak more fluid. I feel like it gives me more confidence. I feel like the confidence shows, and when the confidence shows, you can kind of grab the listener's ear a lot more, and you see that when you're speaking, and it does give you a little bit of a rush, you can say, as the video was indicating before when I read or watched it. So that's basically it. I mean, I'm pretty good with it. I'm a strong believer that I can do anything the next person can. So that's why if I see someone go a couple, or the more people I see that go before me, speaking wise and publicly, the better I feel because I feel like, oh, 20 people did it, I can do it, 21 can, and that's just something that I do within myself to instill confidence, build that up. Um, so the more people that go before me at public speaking atmosphere, the more comfortable I feel. So I always try not to go first. But now, if it's something I'm comfortable with speaking, it doesn't matter. I can go first. It doesn't really matter. But this is how I learned to overcome any personal issues in the past. Now, if I'm gonna speak publicly, I like to memorize what I say, or if it's a subject that I already know about, that I've studied, I feel at the most confidence doing so. But anything else is really just staying focused, speaking clear, um, getting to the point. You know, that's about it. And that's the only thing I can say that's helped me in the past, and that's what I look for towards the future and helping me in any other situations, publicly speaking. That is. Thank you very much, and that's how I dealt with publicly speaking.